What's up, guys? Welcome back to Planet Coaster 2, and we are starting Chapter 3. I know it's been a little while since I've done a video, mainly because I've really not been well, and we've also had Christmas. But we are on now Chapter 3, so this is Part 1 of Sky's the Limit. So Hank has brought another patch of land, drawn in by the promise of 3 waterfront views. You need to squeeze the most out of this small space to make an investment pay off. But remember, when you can't build out, you can always build up. Ooh, so this one sounds like it's going to be quite a tight park. So let's get going.
This little patch of heaven might look small, because, well, it is, but you wouldn't believe the deal I got on it. The salesman said, "Hank, this is prime real estate. Waterfront views are in, and this place has 3 of them, left, right, front, and center." Wait, no, that's 4. Anyway, I said, "Sir, take every penny I have."
Whoa! Look at all this water! This is my kind of space, dude. Imagine how good swimming in... Wait a minute. This is pretty, tight for a theme park, don't you think?
Yeah, and to think the agent said that no one would want it. But that's obviously wrong, because I bought it. Just imagine what we can do with this place. Remember, it's a lot bigger when you take into account the Earth and the sky. Lot of vertical mileage on this bad boy.
Man, I'm psyched to see what we can do here. Where should we start?
Well, I've made some iced tea and a light salad. We can start there and see how we feel after that. Oh, you mean the park?
I did, but slap some guac on that salad and I'm in.
Okay, so this actually really does look small. So I just want to start by looking at, do we have any park expansion at all? No, we do not. So this really is everything we have to play with. We've got 40,000 to start, and I'm going to start by, I'm going to wipe out everything. So let's get everything selected in one go. Right, and the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to literally just level off the foundation. I want it to be flat, but I've also got another plan as well. So we're just going to flatten this. Let's make it a nice flat bit of land to work with. And then I'm going to do something I used to do in the old games, and that is we're going to go underground. We're going to go underground for the purpose of staff facilities. So let's just pause it. Let's quickly see what objectives we've got as well. So we've got a park rating of 1, have a coaster, and have 2 flat rides. So flat rides are going to have to be small. And like they said, vertical, and we're going to have a coaster that's going to be small and efficient and not take up a lot of room. So we need to, I think we do need to start by literally making an area under the ground for the staff. So let's push down onto this bit. I'm doing it in the corner for the simple fact that it should be nice and easy to do this in the corner. Keep going. Make it quite deep, because I think the game physics are slightly different to how like the rest of them worked, Planet Zoo and stuff. And then we're going to, as you can see, we're going to expand underneath the ground. Going to make a nice cave system. The cave system for our staff to move about and be able to take breaks without Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. Oh, God. Without the need to be above ground, taking up very, very valuable space. So, what we're going to do is, I think that's probably ample to start with. We will then let's put a staff path. Let's in fact just make sure that we put a nice path that kind of just goes there straight away, and then a staff path that we don't want to be 8, of course, we just want it to be 4. We're going to go straight down here. Let's make sure it's, oh my god, straight. And then down like that. Boom. So that now gives us our path down into the staff area. We don't want it to go up like that. We just want it to be nice and straight. And as you straighten it, it should probably just clear some of the rocks to make it level as well. Or it might not, I don't know. It doesn't really matter because you're not going to see this area underground. This is just for staff. Now what I am going to do is just put a quick bit of scenery. So blueprints. I just want some lights just under there so that I can see what's actually going on. Let's do create custom. Let's go lighting. Just so that we can actually see what is going on, because when we actually cover this up, it's going to get pretty dark, and you're going to want just a little bit of light in just to see what is happening under the ground here. And of course our staff can also see then as well. So let's go with a staff facility, and again you can actually just go with let's go with like a large one, to be fair. Let's just make it so that all staff can use a large one. And let's put a workshop in as well. And you can expand on this as well, and like pull it all the way under the park. And of course we're going to need power, so let's make sure we've got places for power. And let's put, and of course you can then put these under the ground and not have a problem. So you can't physically see that. So then go back to terrain and let's level it off again. Let's increase the size. Let's make it quicker. Now you should find it will automatically just fix that. Should automatically just feed around the path, so that it gives you a nice little hole like that. And then if you're lucky enough, you can go, ooh, didn't quite work as I wanted it to. Do as you're told, game. Do as you're told. Follow the path down, please. I was hoping the lights were going to light it up a little bit more than what it has. But it really hasn't. So that gives us our staff area under the ground out of the way. And now we should think about our first flat ride. So I think we need to go with a very simple one. Something that's not going to take up a lot of space. And I know I use this a lot, guys, but for the very simple reason that, where's that one come from? I've had that one before. Oh, that one requires the thrill seekers. Okay. we're going to go with Resurgence. Like I said, I know I use this one quite a lot, but that's mainly because look how much room it takes up. It takes up next to nothing. So we could put this right in the corner, and we could put a path that just goes there. A nice, simple queuing path. That doesn't take up a lot of room in itself. But it's plenty long enough. Okay, and then we can think about where we want to put our main path. So let's have it about a size 6, and that can just, it can go, maybe run along up there. And along there like that. So then we put a path that comes out onto that. It might just give us a little bit of room to put a little bit of scenery in. But that's our first one. And then we also need to think about power. Now, I'm hoping that I can. It's very dark. It doesn't want to play. I tell you what, it doesn't work like it does in Planet Zoo. Let me tell you. Right, so facilities, let's go with custom and power, and just go with a power distributor, and let's hide that right here in the corner and connect it up. Sweet, that's our first our first flat ride open. And then let's have a look at another flat ride, something that's not going to take up loads of room. Overpower's a pretty good sized one. It will fit nicely there too. And we can put a little path that goes... No, I don't want the entrance this side, thank you. Right, hold on. Right, thank you. Want the entrance there. Exit. You're going to let me put the exit there? You're not going to let me put the exit there. Wow. Okay, fine. And again, we want to be able to just make it an effective path that's not going to take up all the room. Come on, work. Thank you. And then, of course, another path. That will come out and just go straight to there. Right. So that gives us our 2 flat rides. Let's set that one to open as well. Let's press, let's press play. And that gets people into the park and gives them something to do. We might just have to open up this again just to really kind of expand on that area. So just give me a moment and I will figure that out. Okay, so what I've done is I've reopened this. all I've done, oh, you can't even see, is I've extended the path all the way. Oh my god. Right, so extended the path all the way around here, and then naturally is buried tunnels, and I've put a few more power supplies, basically just dotted them around underneath the ground so that they basically cover the entire area with power. And put a second power generator in. I'm now going to flatten to foundation again and fix this hole, because we are going to need this precious land. But that gives us basically everything we need. A staff room and a workshop, and you know, the staff should be fine. Go in there. We've got these two coasters, these two flat rides going now, and we need to think about a coaster. So, oh, excuse me. Right, let's have a look at coasters. Now, I have obviously created some before. That's quite a small looking one. Now, you need to consider, do you want a small one, or do you want a good one that's like this one, which I did for the Brothers Swim. This is a 6 Fear. It's actually a really popular coaster. It's not huge, so it would work. Looping Wing, that was again not a massively huge one. You know, it takes up a little bit of room, but would probably work and actually be really, really good. So I think I'm going to try this one. You know, at the end of the day, if it doesn't quite fit, you can also cannot build here. Right, we need to be within the limits. Intersecting terrain. What intersecting terrain would there be? Hold on, it might need to go up slightly just to fit. Right, there we go. And do you know what? It's not massively expensive either. It's just 14,000. So an entrance and an exit. And we need to obviously think about our pathway as well. So let's put the path in. So we want to basically, I don't think we want to go right up the middle, but we need to think about like where things are going to be, and what we can do with the very, very valuable space. So I think we need to think about where this path could go and how we can get that to work, because obviously there's not a lot of room between this and that, so we're going to get that tested, and then we're going to get our entrance and exit path going here. So I think we need to so I think we need to first off go let's go to the ground, make it like a set of stairs, and then we can go up towards the coaster. Get the path to, because we need a fairly decently long path for people to queue. I think that'll probably be ample. And then of course we want that just to be 4. We don't need that to be manic. Let's see if we can get that down to the path as a set of stairs maybe. Yep, I think that's good. And for some reason, guys, I don't understand why, this has got no track supports on it. So I just want to, because I like seeing the track supports, I think I'm going to have to edit the coaster, and just make sure that we've got track supports on. mean, if you want them off, have them off. That's entirely up to you. I want them on. Not all of them. Just where you kind of expect them. There we go. I think that, yeah, that looks bang on. The coaster, once it's tested again, it will be fine. To open that, and then we've still got room for another flat ride here. We've got room for a couple of shops, and we can even think about the theme. So do we want to kind of go Viking? I do like the Viking sort of theme. We could go I don't want to go aquatic, but we could also go not resort. I'm thinking more along the, yeah, I'm thinking like Viking. You know, we can go like we did in the last park, and actually really kind of expand and make these rides look really solid. So that's something I can focus on doing myself. I just want to get this tested. I really like this coaster. This is one I made myself. Yeah, so let's get this set to open. And now we need to have a park rating of 1. So we are going to have to focus on putting some shops in. We're going to have to focus on making it look prettier, and stuff like that. So I'm going to work on that, guys, and we'll come back in a moment or two. Okay, so I've already now managed to get 1 star. Didn't obviously record it because it just happened like that. Now this is what I'm currently looking at. I've decided to go with the Viking theme. We've got some Viking shops, which guys I actually found on the Frontier Workshop, and I'm really happy with that. I've done this all around here, making it look all Viking-y. It needs a little bit more work, but I've also done this with the other coaster too. So it works and it looks pretty good as well. Definitely people are using that. We are only at 1 star and I've only got 9,000 in cash. So let's have a look at our next objectives. So have a park rating of 2, have 4 flat rides and 2 coasters. So we really need to think about, again, the space, what we're going to do with it. And of course, another coaster is going to take up quite a lot of room. So we're either going to need a small coaster, or I'm going to have to kind of design one that will fit in and around this. So coasters wise, I'm going to have a look at what is actually kind of available from the game itself. That takes up quite a lot of room, even though it's only small. What about that? See, that's a really simple coaster, but you know that loop at the back takes it out of bounds. Couldn't build it there anyway. You'd have to build it kind of there, and that's going to take up a lot of room unless we go like it could possibly. Cannot build here. Cannot build here. I'm just trying to see if it will fit. Just cannot build here. Right, so we could actually just about get it in that gap once I've got enough money. It's really tight, but it would work. So that's something to think of for there. And then again, some more shops in this vacant area just at the front of it. So that's that. I'm going to go with that, I think. So I just need to let money build up a little bit. This ride here isn't as popular as I wanted it to be. I'm not going to lie, it doesn't seem to be really attracting the people. It's a ride that makes you vomit. So I'm thinking more about maybe changing it up a little bit. And seeing if I could find something. I'm going to have a look, see if there's something around the same sort of size that's really going to possibly work a bit better. See, that's completely different size. Skybeam could possibly work. What's that? Quite nauseating as well. What about the pirate boat? No, it's a bit too big. Synchronize could probably work. And actually that Synchronize is a lot better, to be fair. So I'm thinking I'm going to delete that. We're going to leave all these people standing there. I'm going to actually see if there's a Viking Synchronize. Mythology Overpower, Resort Monsoon Shoot, Mythology Cube, Mythology Parallelogram, Viking Skybeam. See, Viking Upswing is really good. Viking Teacups, Planet Coaster Teacups, Planet Coaster Synchronize. See, it's not going to work how I wanted it to work, really, though, because it's Planet Coaster and not Viking. See, Viking Skybeam is amazing. Looks amazing. But very nauseating. I'm thinking, do you know what? I want to give that kind of a go, I think. Right, yeah, let's give that a go. Connect entrance to path. So let's see if we can maybe do that, and then connect that to that, and just delete. There we go. Not perfect by any means, but actually, do you know what, looks a little bit better. Let's get a duplicate of one of these and just finish that so it goes up to the ride. There we go. There we go. Do you know what? I think that's going to work well. Yeah, I think that's going to work really, really well. I'm happy with that now. I haven't got quite enough money at the minute yet, so I need to kind of fast forward a little bit and allow the money to build up. Yeah, so I'm not going to lie, money isn't the quickest to come by in this park currently at the moment. It's very, very slow, and I have got the game on fast forward, but I've got enough now, I think, to get that coaster in. So what was it called? See, Minder looks good, but Minder's pretty big. Twisted Arc, that was it. So we need to really kind of look at where we can get that. It was really close and really tight. Can't build here. Just a really tight. There we go. We've got it in. We've got it in. So let's get that on for test. And while that's testing, let's get our paths connected. I'd like to paths. Let's paint. Copy existing texture. Oh, come on. Right, so this is actually nearly done. So once that is done, we should be able to get that in. We do need some more litter bins knocking about. So let's duplicate that one. Because these dirty scrotters aren't using the bins, they're just using the floor. Might need to hire another cleaner, so let's have a look. Let's hire another cleaner. Right, let's get this open. There we go. Let's get that open. Happy with that. And we can then probably get another row of shops in here, or some single shops in. Probably can. Duplicate that. Once we've got enough money, of course. Put that about there. Just change the shops in it, so that we're not got all the same shops. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. How much is that going to cost me? Intersecting terrain. We'll have a look. We'll have a look. Shops. Let's. That would fit. Just about. Have we got this open? We have got it open. Why people aren't going, I don't know. Take up quite a lot of room for what they are. Whereas that alone takes up enough room. But hey, you know, you've got to have different sort of shops. No one seems to be going towards that at the moment. I mean, I thought that fits pretty well. Is it too scary or what? Or is it just that people aren't? No, it should be right. It should be right. Right, I think now we need to focus on getting a few more flat rides. So again, it's going to be a matter of saving up a bit more cash and seeing what happens. So I'm going to fast forward for a little bit, see if we can get some people actually on this ride. Because at the moment, no one's going to it. What's the price? Let's have it set a bargain. There we go. Look at that. Sell it to bargain, and people go, oh yeah, I'll have a go on that. Oh yeah. Right, so what I'm going to do, guys, is allow money to build up again, and then we will set up some more flat rides. I'll probably do a little bit more work in regards to getting this looking absolutely bob on. So yeah, I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so now the park's actually starting to make a bit of money. I think we can put another flat ride in. And I'm thinking this time, not Resort Tiny Eye, the Viking Upswing. And I'm thinking more along the lines of doing it this side. So that we can get people to come and queue around this side and actually use this side of the park. So let's just make sure I've got the right stuff on, because I have had the game turned off. And let's make sure we extend that path a little bit that way. And we can make sure then we put our exit path there. And of course we need an entrance path, and we need to utilise what little room we've got here. So put it that way. That way. And I think another loop would probably be ample, and we can pull it there. I mean, guys, we could, carry on building on this as well, and just enclose it a little bit. I've done a little bit of work on here, enclosing it a little bit, just putting a couple of little fancy stuff in as well, and it really does make the difference. So let's get this one open, draw some people around here, and we've already got our first customers. And to be fair, guys, that really wasn't an expensive one. We've got enough now to get another flat ride. So let's have a look at what flat rides we can do. We'll go to custom, and let's go with something. We want something again that's not going to take up a load of room. But something that's really popular, like the Chaeroplane. That's a popular ride. And you know what? We can make our queuing path go all the way around that side. So I think there will do. Let's put our queuing path here and our exit path here. And then we can utilise what we've already got here, guys, in regards to scenery. So again, let's make it a path that's long, but really taking up no space at all, and utilise a bit of the scenery just to help, give a little bit of spice to the entrance. There we go. So that that goes along that path. And let's just make sure we've got our path exit. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. So let's get that open.
This place is getting really packed. Just look at that creative engineering.
Cozy, right? Yeah, it makes me want to get on a coaster with some hot chocolate and a nice blanket.
Maybe leave the cocoa on the platform.
And let the operator drink it? No, thank you.
Okay, so that gives us our silver objective. And as you can see, for our next objective, we're going to need 4 coasters. And I can see why they're saying the sky is the limit here. This is certainly going to be a tough ask to try and get 4 coasters in. Just trying to get this working really. There we go. It's going to be quite a tough ask to get 2 more coasters into this area without like taking up all the room, because I presume we need to have a park rating of 3 and have 4 coasters. So I think the rating of 3 will happen naturally, mainly because of the coasters. But it's getting them coasters to fit. That's going to be our main issue. So I'm just going to finish doing this little bit of decoration just to go with the rest of the theme of the park. Come on, straighten up, thank you. Don't need to be perfect. Depends on how you want to see it. Do you want it to be perfect or not? So I think that we need to look at coasters that are already made, stuff that's not, you know, huge. And we have got that Brothers Swim. That's quite a... That would probably work. I mean, you'd have to get it to interact. In fact, that would work. Just about, I think. You've got the hopper. The spinster. That's quite a small coaster. That's one that could, you know, work. How close to the back end can we get it there? Because we could put it there. That'd be 1. So that will work there, I think. And then we need to go with something, again, not so big. It might be that we have to design a really small coaster. I mean, to be fair, there was a coaster I designed for a previous park that would probably work as well. One that just like takes you from a drop one side and back down to the other. So that's something I can definitely work on. But to buy coasters, guys, I am going to need more money. So again, we're going to take a quick break just to earn some more money. Okay, so with a bit of fast forwarding, I've now pretty much got enough money to buy the spinster. So that's what I'm going to put in, I think. Literally, I want it to fit right in the corner. So as soon as that becomes available, so we're not taking up tons of room. Okay, so we've got that one in. Let's get it tested, and then we'll have a look at this path that comes this way. Run it down here. And then run it along there. In fact, I think we could probably fix it so it runs like that. Put that to join. There, like that. So there we go. We've now got our next coaster in. And we can set that one to open once it's been tested. And then I just want to delete that. Oh, why would it do that? And then potentially we'll put another flat ride here and then link up these two just so that it marries. It gives you a full path all the way around. But it might be that it has to go this way and up here like that and then meet here. Because we are now really starting to struggle for room. I know it says like the sky's the limit. It might be that we have to get rid of this coaster and replace it with two much smaller coasters. At the minute, I don't know what the platinum requirements are going to be. That's something we've got to wait and see once that's done. So I've now only got 4k left, and the coaster I want to build is probably going to cost somewhere in the region of 30,000. I think we need to put some more power in, so let's look at that. I'd like to say I can pull it down there, but I don't know if I can get it going down. I probably can. I just need to get a view underground. Let's just put that like that. Get that connected, and then connect that to the same. There we go. So that should now give us enough power again. So it's going to be a matter of now, again, just fast forwarding. I might have to hire another mechanic just to make sure that these rides are staying tip top. So, I'm going to have to save again, guys. Okay, guys, so I've now saved up to 33,000, and again, I have designed another coaster that fits in here. Now, this is not a cheap one, it is 32,000, but it doesn't take up a lot of room, and is, you know, exciting enough. So, this one is called the Small Easy Coaster. It will fit here, bang on. Now, I tried to design it in the park, but it wouldn't let me do it. So, I've designed it outside the park and then brought it in. So, we're going to test this coaster. It's literally a super quick coaster, but it does the job. So, let's get our path working up to it. So, let's have our exit path really short. Do you know what, actually, let's not have our exit path there. You know, we need to join up that. Okay, so the plan here is for me to I'm gonna join up this with that, like that if I have to. That's fine. And then continue the path just slightly further this way. And to about there. And then connect this via that there. And then I'm going to don't do that. Don't do that. Thank you. Right, we're going to do that. And it looks like that, you know, the path's not going to be huge, but I think I can wingle it around a little bit. Oh, that's the entrance path, isn't it? So hold on, we need to place the entrance this side, place the exit this side, and replace the entrance. Let's put it right over there. So let's just finish doing what we were doing here. Like that. And then let's connect our path to the entrance, and we're gonna have to, you know, we're gonna have to work it around again. Oh, the paths have changed colours again, for God's sake. We might just have to get it to go around here a little bit. We don't want it raising, thank you. We can do paths. I think that'll have to do. That will have to do. Right, so we can open that.
This is a lot of guests for a small space.
My little bit of land has come so far. I'm crying, but it's tears of pride. Oh, did I tell you? I got an email from the agent that sold me this dream spot. How have you done this again? Yada, yada, yada. Awful location, blah, blah, blah. You must be cheating, and so on. What a thoughtful man. To check in on us after all this time. I'm going to invite him bowling. I've given up bingo.
So, you're not upset that they tried to sell you a dud?
A dud? How could anyone have ever thought this was a dud? Just look at it.
It took a lot of hard work to get here, though. And without your vision, Hank, we wouldn't be here in the first place. Go team!
Okay, so that gives us our gold objective. This is going to be the end of obviously part 1 now, because I've been doing it in 2 parts. But that is our gold objective. You are more than welcome to use these coasters that I have designed, and of course you've got this one that's already pre-made in the game. So I will upload this one to the Frontier Workshop as well, so it will be available for you to use. I don't necessarily know how well it's going to work, because at the minute no one's actually going to it. Testing wise, it looks okay. It's 4.91 excitement, only 2.7 Fiat and 0.64 nausea, so overall it's actually not a bad ride. But we do also need to see what our sort of like platinum objectives are going to be. So let's have a quick look. So to be fair, a part rating of 4.5 and a total part value of 150,000, I don't think that's too bad of a job. We've got this nice ample space here now just to do a handful more of flat rides. And you know what? Potentially we could do another sort of like drop ride like this over here if absolutely necessary. Or even if we could get the path to come under here, we could put another drop ride here. There is potential. I could even, I don't think I really want to move it any further back. I don't think I can. I was going to say I could potentially move this coaster back. But guys, join me in part 2 when we work on that. And I will see you in part 2. So part 2 will be here on the left hand side. And the full playlist for all of the Planet Coaster 2 will be here on the right hand side. Thank you very much for watching. Take care and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.